Hey, welcome back everyone to Alliance War Season 25. This is war number 9 on the season, and today Poseidon is going up against the New Mutant. And to be honest, I'm not sure why, but I am familiar with this alliance. I watch a lot of Alliance War videos from 4Loki and from KT1 and from others, so it could be that this is an alliance who they have faced before in the past, and that's why they seem familiar to me. Other than that, I really don't know, but they do seem like a very skilled alliance, and we're just going to go ahead and scout the path here. We're taking Path 5 in Section 1 and Path 6 in Section 2. That's become pretty common for me. And take a look at some of the bosses, pretty standard placements. We got a Thing boss instead of an Apocalypse boss, so that is different. But overall, pretty good placement here, a lot of good defenders. And at this level in Platinum 1, this is what you'd expect to see, so let's get right into our first fight. And our attack team today is Omega Red, Sabretooth, and Guillotine 2099. Omega, obviously one of my favorite champs. Suicides are fully on for this war. Everyone is suicide friendly. And for this first fight, I was a little concerned. It's a 6-star rank 2 Emma Frost. We're big boosted. We're going to use Omega Red, and he is certainly not an ideal counter for Emma Frost because he cannot armor break her in any way. But the strategy I went in with is thinking once I can combo her a few times and get her into her telepath form, I'll go ahead and heavy and lock in Death Spores and degen, and from that point on we'll be good. Unfortunately, it didn't really work out because she threw that special one pretty much immediately, so I was not able to heavy lock in Death Spores or get her degen going or knock her down to get the Fury, so we're dealing very little damage. But I knew this scenario might happen. I wasn't unprepared for it. So what I decided to do is bait out one more special one. We're going to throw our special 2 to reactivate the death field, knock her down, get the Fury, push her over a bar of power, and now we can heavy attack her, lock in Death Spores, let the degen do their thing. We're going to back off for a little bit and let that damage kick in, knock her down again, get the Fury back, let the damage do their thing. She did throw the special one right there, which is going to put her back in diamond form. But ultimately, that window I had was where I knew I was going to do most of my damage. So I felt pretty good about it. We're baiting the special ones consistently, and the fight is almost over. One more special 2, going to do it. So we took a little bit of block damage. I was prepared for that scenario though. And ultimately, it may not have been perfect, but it did work out pretty well. So I was very relieved to get out of that fight as well as I did, and that was definitely my biggest concern of the war. So that will move us to our second fight, which is a Hit Monkey, and this dude is pretty much always placed here. Last season, I saw him so many times, and I don't think I died to him once. It's the Ebb and Flow, Knockdown, Heavy Hitter node. This season has been a little different. I've struggled with him here. I've died to him, I think, twice now. But I have Omega Red this time. He is the ultimate counter. You could argue that Apocalypse may be slightly better, but Omega is still very good because once I knock him down and apply that degen and lock in Death Spores, he won't be able to shrug off anything. So at this point, he can't shrug off that stun. He can still evade, so I'm aware of that. But for some reason, I just forgot about his special one being unblockable and the ensuing attacks afterwards because he broke my block. And I died. I died to a Hit Monkey with Omega Red. I don't know what that was. I was so confident in this fight. I think I probably overlooked it. I think I probably ignored it. I didn't even consider it to be a threat. Kind of a mental mistake, to be honest. And it's just, there's no excuse for it, really. It's something you cannot do. I don't know what it was. But anyway, very early death for me against an opponent who you really should not be dying to. You know, I guess Hit Monkey's tough. Yeah, that's why we see him on defense here. It's good placement. I certainly don't think it's great, and I certainly don't think it's a real good reason to die, but it happens, and it's happened to me a lot this season, so I know we place our Hitmonkey defense here as well, for good reason. This time around, I'm pretty much playing this perfectly. I am able to dex his special 1 completely without any problem. I had the Death Spores locked in, I had the degen going. Very easy fight. I mean, that's the way it should have been done the first time. I definitely didn't give it the respect it deserved the first time, and that's why I think the second time in, I was able to play it so much better, is because I was aware of it being a threat, and I just took it more seriously. So, full mistake on my part. Just got to make sure that doesn't happen again. So we move into section 2, where we have the Rage node on path 6, and it's a rank 5 Darkhawk placed here, and we're going to use this fight to ramp up Guillotine 2099. She's obviously great for this node because she never crits. Our base damage is never going to trigger that Rage. We're never going to throw a special because we're trying to save to that special 3, obviously. So really perfect counter here for this node, and you know, Darkhawk, he can be tough. He can be tough if you knock him down. And he starts shifting into his shield mode and his stealth mode, but we're never going to knock him down, and we're just going to bait these special ones all day. We're going to take all that block damage from it. I'm fine with that. You know, if for some reason that block damage added up to like 80% of our health, we're going to get down into our 15% range where we would trigger the regen anyway, and it would pretty much heal us back up to like 50-60% health. So I was never worried about taking the block damage, and if I really needed to, I would just pump some potions into her afterwards. Even though I died in section 1 with my quote-unquote favorite and best champion that I feel I use, my confidence really wasn't shaken for the war. I still felt very confident in all my fights, so it didn't rattle me. And this fight is just going perfectly. This is very easy so far. He is really generous with those special ones. He's throwing them pretty much immediately. I don't have to do much to bait them. We're staying all the way on the right-hand side of the map, so I'm not getting backed up against the wall. The hits are not triggering the Rage node. The degen is, you know, ticking him down from our combos. We've got our special 3, so we're ready to go, and once we get him into the 2.5% range, that's when we'll throw the special 3, because damage is capped, so we cannot throw it at the 5% marker. We have to wait until he's down under 2.5%. So we have a very small window to throw that special 3, and I actually almost miss it because I stacked a ton of degen on him right here. Fortunately, the degen did not kill him. I also let off my block a little early on his special 1, so I got hit by the very last hit of it. But as soon as the animation finished, we threw our special 3, and obviously he was at 1% health, so that is going to kill him and finish him off. Very straightforward fight, very easy, full attack bonus achieved. I don't love Guillotine 2099 as a champion, but with Suicides on, it definitely does help her cause. I think she's a much better champion with Suicides than without, especially since you don't have to ever throw a special other than the special 3 in most matchups. So we're going to use her in this next fight against the Storm Pyramid X on the Aggression, Prowess, and Power Focus 2 node. That's kind of the reason why I brought her, was for this fight specifically. Darkhawk was just a great chance to ramp her up so that we can get through this fight a little faster, because this fight certainly can be challenging. I've died to a Storm Pyramid X here this season as well. It has not been a good season for me death-wise. I've died most this season, I think, compared to pretty much any other season I've had. And I am also the death leader in our battle group. So that is not a great feeling. But I was pretty confident in this fight. I'm very good at dexing her special 1s pretty consistently. Unfortunately, if you fail at it on this node, it's kind of like a guaranteed KO because she stacks so much prowess. That special 1 hits so hard, and that's how I died to her earlier this season. I just got hit by one of these special 1 hits, and that 1 hit criticaled for like, I can't remember how much it was. It was like an insane amount of damage though. But so far, we're in control in this fight, and it's almost over. This has been going very well. We've only landed 28 hits on her at that point. And we just have to bait one more special 1 here, and then we're pretty sure we can finish this off. So again, dex that special 1 perfectly. Felt really good. Awesome. She gets down to 7%. We just need to get her down to 5. One more hit's going to do it. And I really didn't need to end this fight with the Special 3. I don't really have plans to use Guillotine 2099 again this war, but just in case, I thought it couldn't hurt. So we do finish it with a Special 3. We capture that soul, and we're still ramped up, but we get her down in one shot, and that's what really matters. So full attack bonus, get out of that fight nice and easy, very smooth. So that's going to go ahead and clear our path and pave the way to this Killmonger mini-boss, where we get to take him with Omega Red. He's on the Stunning Reflection. I can't remember the other node. What is it? The Polka Dot Power, Stun Vulnerability. So we just don't want to stun him, and that's fine. Omega Red is such a perfect counter here. I'm big boosted. I've got an Invulnerability boost on because I am so ready to crush this fight. I am so confident in it. Omega Red is such a perfect counter because we can heavy counter Killmonger's heavy just like that to lock in Death Spores and get the degen going. So we do not have to parry heavy him, which we can't do in this fight because of the Stunning Reflection. The other thing is our tentacle attacks do not trigger the reverberation damage. So we're not taking that reverb damage from his awakened ability as long as we hit him with a tentacle attack. We are going to take some block damage in this fight because you have to block everything. And we have to heavy counter. So right here, we're going to lock in the Death Spores and the degen again. We're only at 10 Death Spores, but that's fine. We're only 40 seconds into the fight, and he's already down to under 50% health. So this is going really well, about as well as I thought it was going to go. We're gaining power because the degen we put on him is a debuff, obviously, that deals damage over time. So that's how we're gaining power, whenever we put the degen on him. And now we're a minute in, and this fight is pretty much on its way to being over. Just got to bait one more Special 2, and then we're done. Oh my god. Wait for it. Here it comes. Oh, 25k critical on the last hit of his Special 2. Seriously? 25k? Seriously? We survived all those hits to the face after accidentally parrying and getting stunned. We survived all the hits of the Special 2, partially due to the invulnerability boost. But a 25,000 critical hit? Bro. Okay. I mean, okay. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? We're going to revive him, heal him slightly because we don't need much health to finish this fight off. I mean, that's it. I mean, that's it right there. I was 5 hits away. I was 5 hits away from ending that fight. So, 2 deaths, both with Omega Red in this war. That is a terrible feeling. And it's even worse because we lost, and we lost pretty convincingly. We died 23 times as an alliance. I was 2 of those. That's horrendous. That's almost 10% of our total deaths as an alliance. That is a terrible, terrible feeling. They only died 12 times. The New Mutant gets all the credit in the world. They showed out fantastically. 12 total deaths. They were ahead the entire war. A ton of credit to them. I knew they were a good alliance because I was familiar with them from competing with opponents at the Masters level, so that's why I was pretty sure they were a very good alliance, very skilled. 23 deaths for us, I think, is actually kind of on our average. If I had to guess what our average death count was every war, I think 20 to 25 is kind of where we sit as an average. So I wouldn't even say that we played horribly as an alliance. I think we actually did all right. Obviously, we can do better, and we have done better. We have been under 20 deaths a few times this season, so we know we're capable of it. Obviously, me not dying would have helped this cause tremendously, but ultimately, it wouldn't have swung the difference. It wouldn't have resulted in a win had I not died, so that's a slightly better feeling, but still feel good, still feel confident, and I still feel like we can bounce back from this. We want to stay in Platinum 1. That's where we still are, even after this loss, so I hope you enjoyed the video. Drop a like if you did enjoy it. Subscribe if you want to see more and see how the season finishes. And we'll catch you in those last few war videos. See ya.